Hi there YouTube, XtremeTrainz here. So, I've got a flurry of videos going on at the moment, and that's because I should be studying for uni, but alas, I'm making YouTube videos. Anyway, so it seems that the new wave of adventures, as I've just talked about, is finally starting to hit Australia, along with stuff like Thomas Wood. Hello. But this is not a video about Thomas Wood, this is a video about this engine, which was revealed quite some time ago, and I know it was available to purchase in other countries a little while ago, but you know, Australia seems to be quite behind, particularly in Thomas and Friends stuff at the moment. I know we've always been a little bit behind the 8 ball, but it seems that like the 2018 stuff has just been super duper slow getting here. Mattel, what the heck. Now this to me seems to be more in line with the shift in adventures which I've seen towards fantasy, and I think that's the whole explore and imagine thing. Which, I mean, again, we can have a big discussion about whether or not that's real, legit. I think it's a bit rubbish, to be honest. But we know that with competing with the apps, you've got to be exciting. So this is the special edition Rainbow Thomas. People have speculated why they've made a Rainbow Thomas for a lot of different reasons. I don't think it's super relevant to talk about them in this video. If you know what I'm talking about, you'll know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, you don't. You know, you can see there, it's got the special edition packaging because you've got the rainbow design talked about on the back. All the blah blah, metal engine, etc, etc, etc. On the website it says you can use the Rainbow Thomas, like the Toys R Us website, which is where I bought this. You can use the Rainbow Thomas to experience new world as gateway to adventure, blah, which is what they say for all of these Adventures engines. So, I'm going to crack him out of the packaging and we're going to take a look. This is the special edition Rainbow Thomas. I'm just going to let you go around and get the 360-degree view of the toy before I start talking about it. But I can say this is a pretty funky looking Thomas, and I think it's quite nicely done. So what do you get? Obviously you've got the classic Thomas Adventures face, which I think is pretty good. You've got the, I believe this part is still metal. It feels very light, but I'm pretty sure this is the metal part of the engine. It seems like it's been like spray painted or something, which is how you get that really nice gradient of the colors. I think it's clever they started with the blue and then they went to the other colors. It looks really nice. You've got that glittery, there's like a glittery finish to it. So it does look kind of shiny and sparkly, which I think is quite cool. It seems to have applied pretty well all over. There's this one little weird bit here where the coal is, where you can actually see the paint hasn't actually gone on. Sorry, I'm not focusing the camera on it. The paint hasn't actually gone on that bit, so you can see the metal underneath. That white part is just empty, unpainted metal, because obviously they couldn't get the spray paint in there or something. I don't know how that worked. But yeah, not a big deal, but just something funny to notice. You do still have the coal printed in black, and then you have red on the back in that really nice kind of ruby, sparkly kind of color, which I think is great. You get the nice translucent red running board. You've got black undercarriage, black smoke box, and then you have the translucent light blue wheels, which I think also look pretty cool because they kind of stick with that theme. I'm trying to see if they don't have a glitter effect like some of the Thomas Minis have had, but it is, yeah, definitely a transparent, translucent kind of thing, which I think is pretty cool. In terms of pricing, this is priced the same as, you know, a normal priced Thomas Adventures small engine. Unfortunately, I picked this up for I think $7. Yeah, $7 sounds right for this one. Maybe it was $7.50, and then they went on sale to $5 literally the next day. But anyway, you know, stuff happens and it's fine. I think this is a really cool looking item. Again, I don't know how long this paint's going to hold up because of the way it's kind of done. But otherwise, I think it's quite nice, and I think that it's definitely, if you're a collector of Thomases, a cool one to have. And then particularly if you're into these kind of this color scheme for whatever reason, I think you'll really, really enjoy this engine. In terms of availability, I ordered this from Toys R Us online in Australia, which is a bit garbage because they actually don't have a lot of stock. Or if they do, they'll be like, Thomas small engine, and like they'll just have literally all of them, and if you order it online you can get any of them. So their website's been pretty unhelpful, but they have listed this one separately, so I could order this online. And of course I went to my closest Toys R Us, which is about 10 minutes down the road, and it didn't have any of the new adventure stock or any of the new Thomas Wood stuff except for the racing set figure 8 and also the cargo load set, which I have no interest in because if you saw my previous review, I think the Thomas Wood track in track system is pretty garbage, so I have no interest in getting the track, only the engines and the rolling stock. So, I think this is something which might be hard to find. I think from my understanding it's been quite popular overseas. So if it's one you want to get, I recommend if you see it, buy it. I bought 2 of them, one to keep in the packaging because I think it's a bit like the Gold Thomas. I think this will be something which people will keep wanting for some time, and having one mint in box might prove out to be a good investment. It also could be rubbish, who knows? You guys let me know your thoughts on that. Alright, I don't have a lot more to say. I don't like to make long, unnecessarily bloated reviews. So, that's what I'm going to talk about this Rainbow Thomas. In summary, it's cool. If you like it, you should get it. If you don't like it, you shouldn't get it. Pretty simple, not a lot to talk about. Obviously, I'm keen to hear your thoughts on all this stuff related to this video. If you have comments about other videos, you should leave them on the video that they're about, because I think that makes the most sense, and you can have a more interesting conversation if we're all on the same page. Alright, that's all I've got time for. Thanks for watching. This is XtremeTrainz.